Hello again, sports fans. Welcome to the chat. February 17th, 2026, week number 920 of the program. Corey Smith is here. I'm Jeff Cook. Sean is in the control room standing by to take your call. Corey, how's your week been?
It's going good, going good. It's nice to see grass again.
Yeah, the snow is melting at a prodigious rate, so everybody's happy about that. The next few days might even hit 50.
Yes.
I don't think it got quite as warm today as they had maybe predicted
It
at
was
one time.
overcast, but it was still warm enough for the snow to kind of a little melt there.
Definitely melting, and all the fog this morning had something to do with the change in temperature. So, I'm coaching the men's rugby at Gettysburg, and we haven't been able to practice. The guys were out there with shovels that was a heavy snow. I mean, trying to work that with shovels was just really difficult.
Especially with that sleet and the ice after that
It's
snowstorm
like,
itself.
what,
there,
this
so-
thick the ice was, and then on top of everything, and so now tonight we actually have a practice after trivia. I'm going to be out there on the varsity football field. They're letting the rugby team. It's turf, synthetic turf, so you can't damage the field. So it'd be nice to get out there, and guys can actually run more than 10 meters in any direction. So, but here we are. Let's talk sports on the hottest seat in sports. Who do you have?
Well, before the sports there, how was your weekend with the Love's Love there? And was
Oh,
that
Gettysburg Loves Love. Well, you can watch it. Had a great time. I really, it was funny. Some of the people gave advice on how to stay happily married, and one woman said, "Train them young," and then one of the gentlemen said, "Just keep your mouth shut," or something like that. So I mean, there's good advice, but meeting people from near and far, some people from as far away as Pittsburgh. One couple, they'd made all three. So yeah, Sean was there. He did a great job, and Mark showed up just in time to deal with some kind of tech issue that was way beyond my knowledge. But everybody did a great job. Everybody at Gettysburg Railway, Amy Welsh and her crew, and then Jill Sellers and people from Main Street. They had volunteers, so it was a really nice event. Mayor Chad Allen Carr did a terrific job with the exchange of vows. Inspirational.
Yeah, I saw the train was coming as soon as he got done speaking, right on cue. So
Yeah, I think they backed the train off because it does make a certain amount of noise.
yes,
So that it wouldn't interfere with the speeches. But yeah, it was fun.
Now,
And the
speaking-
weather cooperated. 'Cause
Yes.
2 years ago you were out there. You
I
remember how
was
it was like what, 15 degrees maybe?
yes.
And
Sean and I
last
were
year
both
was.
inside because of the snow and all that. There,
Well, it
but
was
yeah.
just, really ugly, so everybody lucked out. It was a terrific.
We actually have a clip from the Love's Love there.
Oh, you do?
Yes, yes.
Let's see. How about this Eagles fan over here? Sir, no? Come on, we can talk about the Eagles. I'm an Eagles fan. You'll take my word for it, huh? Okay. Yeah, I saw him right when we got there. I thought the guy's wearing an Eagles jersey. I don't think I offended him. I think he was just shy.
I think that's when I saw that video. I'm like, I think he just, wanted
Either
to be-
that, or maybe he had an alibi and he didn't want to have it given up that he was there. I don't know. I'm sure it was just a case of him being shy.
I think so too. So
But no, I mean, usually I can persuade people, but I struck out on that one.
even saying that you're an Eagles fan too,
I
wow.
know. I guess you didn't take my word for it. I didn't. I should have said Eagles. Iggles. That's the official Philadelphia pronunciation. So anyway, any other curveballs you want to
That
throw?
was the only curveball that
Yeah, no, it was fun. Well, you've seen the interviewing process. People really open up. I had people from several people from York County, some people from East Berlin. a lot of people were actually from Gettysburg and,
Yep, Adams County
yeah.
structure
Yeah,
there,
they had
yeah.
a good time, so.
Now,
We didn't go on the train.
ooh, no,
No, I didn't get the train ride, but that's okay. I had things to do, so,
that's, yeah.
yeah.
But changing back the gears to the hot seat there, I am going to go with Oklahoma men's basketball for a couple reasons. Their program is not, doing really good this year. They're one game over 500. They're 3-9 conference play. Coming into Saturday, they were 2-9, but they had a 30-minute delay because the popcorn machine caught on fire. So if you're talking about a hot seat, nothing's hotter
Literally,
than
huh?
a popcorn machine
Butter,
catching
all
on
that burning butter,
the
what a
oil
waste.
and such there. But can you just imagine the smell? Because, they had to get
Was anyone hurt?
no
That's the
one was
main
hurt
thing.
other
Okay.
than burnt kernels. But,
Their feelings were hurt.
just the,
Okay, I better
see
explain
what
that.
that there.
Popcorn machine fire. That's been that kind of year for them.
yes, when you're 3-9 in conference play and you're towards the bottom of the SEC,
Yeah.
that kind of,
Coaches can lose their job of having a 3-9 season
Mm-hmm.
in the SEC. So, well, that's a good pick. I got, all right, so I threw Arizona in there just because they've been sailing along undefeated all season long. And all of a sudden, what, back-to-back losses?
back-to-back there, yes.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, they were 23 and 0, and
I
then
mean, the
they-
top 5 teams, anyone could end up,
Mm-hmm.
well, obviously other teams too, but it's really, they're pretty much on a par, the top 5 teams.
Yeah, the two losses that they had was Kansas, and that was I believe Tuesday of last week or Wednesday, and then they lost to Texas Tech on Saturday. Both 3-point losses, but nonetheless, it's a loss. They went from a 1 in the AP poll to number 4. So
They're in the Big 12 now, Arizona.
Yes. This is their second year in the Big 12 there. So
Is there still a Pac-12 for basketball?
that'll be starting this upcoming the 26-27
Okay.
academic school year.
So Washington State is still in the Pac-12?
Yes, they're actually going to have 8 in football, and then they'll have 9 in basketball. Gonzaga will be, leaving the Mountain West Conference to
They're going to be in the Pac-12.
the Pac-12 there. Yeah, so
And, okay, so it was what, Oregon State and Washington State? They're the only 2 left.
yep. And now it's
original-
the rebranded, I guess, 2.0
Yeah.
Pac-12 there. So
Who else is in there besides the Gonzaga? I mean, Gonzaga obviously was a big legitimate
for basketball.
legitimacy provider for them, so.
the West Coast Conference, I should say, not the Mountain West there, but
Yeah.
the other teams.
They were in Mountain West at one time, weren't they?
So the teams that will be in the new Pac-12, you got Fresno State,
San Diego State?
San Diego State, let me see here, but it's all state schools there. So the new
Utah State?
Utah State is still going to be in the Big
Okay.
12 there. So let me get here quick here. You got Oregon State, Washington State, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, Texas State, Utah State. That will be your 8 in for football wise, and then Gonzaga will be 9 for basketball there. So it's lots of movements there, I guess you could say there.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, who would have thought the Big Ten would go coast to coast, but that's what happened, and Oregon, Washington, UCLA, Southern Cal, all joined the Big Ten, which
And then,
now is how many teams? In the Big-
18 in the
Big
Big
Ten.
Ten.
And the Big 12 has
16.
16, okay.
Go figure.
And the Pac-12 has 8.
8. Yeah. There's no.
Really, there's no correlation.
And then another conference that's going to go coast to coast starting this year will be the MAC. The MAC will now have Sacramento State in the MAC, so that will stretch from California all the way up to Buffalo. Actually,
Yeah, I guess they're mid-Atlantic, or mid-America if you
Mid-America.
go this way, like east, west, and,
it's
but, okay, so anybody else? I have a hot
Okay.
seat, in addition to Arizona. This is a relation to the NBA. First, I'm saying the NBA gets a shining star for their watchable all-star format. Mm-hmm. Did you see any of it?
I saw the tail end of the World versus Stripes, I think it was, the
That
third
was-
game.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then the Stripes versus Stars.
Stars beat the world in overtime, and then the Stripes beat the Stars, and then I guess the Stripes beat the world, and the knocking out the world, and then the Stars came back and beat the Stripes.
Yeah, the young team, not the OGs there, but
Yeah.
But it was a different format. It took me a bit to kind of get used to, like, all right, this team's playing that team, the round robin style there.
Yeah,
But
but how about Kawhi Leonard? 31 point. It was like a 31-point quarter.
yeah, he had 31 in
12 minutes.
of the 43 points or whatever it was.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
he
guess
was,
they said, hey, he's hot. He was hitting hitting all his threes. I heard about. I didn't see the one, but apparently one bounced on the rim. It reminded me of that Game 7 against the Sixers in the conference finals or
Eastern Conference Finals there, yeah.
Conference. That was agonizing. The ball bounces, and finally somehow went in. It just defied all the laws of physics. But anyway, so they get a shining star, and the corollary of that is that the report was that the Joker and Doncic, they didn't seem to want to play too much. They didn't get many minutes.
no.
I guess they are focused on bigger goals, winning an NBA title, not wanting to get hurt. They both had injury problems. So, I threw them out there on the hot seat. But, and then for Shining Star, I'm segueing into that. Michigan, now they're top-ranked team, and we were talking about before they came on, or before we came on. Man, they got it all. They got a dominant big man. They got ball handlers, wing guys that can levitate. So what's not to like about Michigan?
I mean, they're a dominant team right now, and they're definitely going to be a 1 seed, very, very likely. They're
Yeah,
gonna be a
well,
one
the
seed
one
there.
guy has an X in his name, Flexor. That's not it, but he's on his third school. I mean, some of these guys are 23, 24, 25 years old.
Somehow getting that, the 5th year, 6th year eligibility.
COVID, the COVID years, I guess they're running out of those, but.
I guess the medical red shirt year.
Quadir Copeland, he's on his third school,
Yeah,
Syracuse. Middle Tennessee State or something like that.
he's making his rounds.
Now he's with
it's-
NC State.
Yeah.
Played in Gettysburg at one point, Gettysburg High School.
So my shining star, I'm going to go with Olympics again. I'm going to go with U.S. bobsledder Elena Myers Taylor. At 41, got her first gold in the mono bob.
It's like a one-person
The one-
bobsled.
Yep. In the final, she won by 12 one-thousandths of a second. And now she is tied with speed skater Bonnie Blair for the most winter medals as a U.S. woman with 6. So,
Bobsled's been very, very good to her.
yes, I saw the replay of it and just, how fast it was going, like 85 miles per hour going down the hill. But that's something I would not touch.
They wear helmets, but yeah, I mean, there was a guy who got killed in the luge, 1 or 2 Olympics ago?
I believe that was 2018 or 2014, but yes.
Okay, yeah, so definitely not for the faint of heart, very dangerous. I thought of another shining star, New Oxford boys won last night. They clinched a berth in the state tournament. And Braden Billman, I think he had 15 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, pretty solid game at the high school level. So I'm putting him in there in the Shining Star, and along with his teammates, the Colonials. So they live to fight another day. Thursday, they go to Hershey. That's going to be a tough game for them. And West York, maybe the best team we saw
I would
during the
agree.
winter season. I think they're 21-2 or something like that, so they're still alive. As far as what other teams that we covered that are still in the
How about
playoffs?
DeLone?
Oh, yeah, DeLone, we saw the boys. They lost, though, in the York County tournament. Maybe that was a good loss for them. And now they go into the districts where, who knows, the sky's the limit. So
I think
we-
that's all the teams that I can think of.
Yeah,
off the
Delone,
top.
or New Oxford girls got knocked out. I did see that. Maybe Red Lion, I don't remember who knocked them out. And then Delone girls are still in it, so two of the three schools still alive in high school basketball, Delone Catholic. And in wrestling, Gettysburg, both Gettysburg and Biglerville won their sectional tournaments. A lot of wrestlers moving on, so lots going on the mat.
There we go.
So, anybody else for Shining Star?
Oh, right now, that's the only shining star I had. You know, it was,
Okay.
you know, at this time of the year, it's kind of tricky to get a good shining star because, you know, you
Who'd
got
you have
football.
for Shining Star?
Elena Myers Taylor.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
the
Elena, I'm not gonna try to spell it. Be a good trivia question sometime. She looks, yeah, she's 41 years old.
We won there, yep.
She finally got the gold, so maybe she'll retire from the monobob and get ready to be a grandmother. I don't know.
Well, she, you know,
None of
I
my
think
business.
I saw the biopic that she had. I think 2 kids, so
Yeah.
you know, kind of busy with that there. So, you want to get the sponsors because we got a caller. you know.
Absolutely. Current banner sponsors. And when you're a banner sponsor, not only do you get your name mentioned, you actually have the right to come in and help with production, help with, be a creative force with all we do here at Community Media. So we thank our current banner sponsors. They include Adams County Community Foundation, the Adams County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, Adams County Trout Unlimited, Classic Antique Innovations, Destination Gettysburg, Exchange Club of Hanover, and Gettysburg Railway. So thank you, one and all. All right, so should we go to the phone line?
Yep. Let's see who
Without
this.
further ado, hello? Can only be one person. Hello? Robert? Robert, is that you?
That could be a Carl.
Yes.
Did you go get your false nut?
It's Fat Tuesday or False Nut Day.
Fosnot. Oh,
False Nut, yeah.
no, but I had pancakes. Does that count?
We can make it count. Yeah.
No. Fosnot, I mean, that's because what, you're supposed to give up sugar for Lent?
Yeah.
How do you do that? There's so much sugar in almost everything we eat.
You got me on that there.
Yeah. Well, I gave up soda and ice cream, so that was pretty big. We'll see, next time I go to the doctor, we'll see how the blood work goes, but, we try to do what we can do.
You know?
Hey, Carl.
Carl?
Or not hey, Carl. That's close to you.
Corey?
Corey,
Yes, there, Robert.
did you hear anything about the referee?
About
They under fire right now?
referees of fire or what? What are you talking about there,
They're
Robert?
under fire right now.
Under fire at the Olympics?
No, at the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl?
No, none of the refs got fired. No.
They have they are suspended.
What was that again there?
I said they are suspended.
No, they're not suspended. They're not fired. They did their job and
Well,
game's over.
I didn't even hear any discussion of referee controversy. What are you talking about, Robert?
Because there were quite a few calls that they did not make.
Oh, like New England thinks they were hosed? I didn't see it that way.
I mean, I guess a couple people, said about the holding at the end of the game, with the touchdown, but there wasn't a lot of penalties called during the game. I would say.
I mean, I don't know if there was a penalty called in the first half. Maybe you won in the whole first half against both teams, so.
yeah, I mean, there's a.
But there's one that I thought was really, really interesting.
I mean,
There was a late hit out of bounds.
A late hit
I
out
know
of
what you're
bounds?
talking about. That was when I think the play was towards Stephon Diggs, and I think that was right before the streaker came out on the field. But yeah, that was the punch or something like that there. But
How did I miss that?
I saw the replay of it. I think that's what Robert was talking about there. But
Oh,
And also there was somebody that hit the referee.
I didn't see a player hit a referee. If that,
I saw that though. And somebody should have been evicted.
but I felt like
there's nothing there to change the outcome of that game.
yeah, I would say the officiating was, it wasn't like perfect, but I think it was,
Not
Not
in
really.
favor of one side over another.
it wasn't something that we're talking about the next day. So
Yeah, 'cause
I
this is the
felt
first
like
I-
it was, they let the players play, and it was, I say, well enough officiated game, for a Super Bowl. So I mean, there's always going to be missed calls for holding, and there's holding in almost every play. But I felt like it wasn't, like the third team, notion there.
Or,
Yes.
Because I want to get you updated. There was a late hit out of bounds for one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Same play. There was a face mask. And
yeah.
they did not call.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we can nitpick every little aspect of the, every play there, but I felt like it was a well officiated game. Yeah, you're going to miss, here and there with a face mask or something like that. They're not perfect. Should they? I guess so, but I felt like it wasn't a non-issue.
I saw him miss the face mask, but who had their face mask?
That would have been.
Was that Drake May?
I think that would have been Sam Darnold. I think it would have
Darn,
been.
okay, yeah, all right, yeah. But,
Hey, Corey,
Yes.
so that was the play where the referee got hit.
Okay. I'll look back at it, but I just don't think it's a big. Yes, it's a issue that you don't want to see during a game there, but I don't think they, a play like that, dictate, the aspect of the end of the game.
wait, you say you could call holding on every play. I'm not sure I know what pass interference is anymore. I mean.
Or what a catch is.
Yeah, but I mean, these guys get away with so much contact. I mean, remember when the Eagles lost that Super Bowl? I think it was Blackberry got called for a kind of a questionable interference
With
call.
the Chiefs there, yeah.
And now, the way I've seen the game refereeing, they shouldn't have thrown, they wouldn't have thrown a flag if they saw that this year. So, I
Or
guess.
you go back to 2018 with the Saints and the Rams with, the non-passing interference call where, the Rams were all over the Saints wide receiver at the time frame. So there's.
Yeah, well, I guess they're talking about being able to review that. I mean, that was obvious to the whole world,
Yes.
and it didn't get called. So what, you can just tackle a guy when he's running a pass pattern? I mean, I guess you're supposed to call defensive holding, but, yeah, who knows what pass interference is anymore? Or like you said, a catch,
Yes.
because there were a couple of really close plays. The ball gets pried out at the last minute, and anyway. So, Robert, you're still an Astros fan?
Oh, well, I'm gonna stay on the Jefferson Baptist for a while.
You're going to be on the fence?
Well, I'm happy the Seahawks won. I'm very happy about that.
Well, then why are you belly aching about the referees?
Well, I'm just happy the referee is in.
You just want to see them be at their peak performance. Well, that's okay. So yeah, the Seahawks were definitely the dominant team this year, and already you saw what happens when you win a Super Bowl, guys, free agents go elsewhere. It's hard to keep the band together.
And with their cap space, and you have Kenneth Walker, we talked about last week, but, he's a free agent. Are they going to pony up? Do they give him the franchise tag? There's lots of variables with that there. So, and today's the first day, for the next 2 weeks that you can tag a player. So,
first running back to win Super Bowl MVP this millennium, I think.
Yes, the last one was Terrell Davis.
Yeah, which was
during
like
those,
96,
Broncos.
97, something
97
like
there,
that.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, Mr. Coach,
Yes, sir.
next week starts the opening weight for Lincoln Speedway,
Lincoln Speedway opens next week?
28th.
Okay, February 28th. When is Williams Grove open?
March 22nd.
Wow.
Ooh,
So are you going to be at Lincoln?
I don't think so.
Okay, you'll wait for wait for Williams Grove.
Yep.
Okay.
And you know, I'm going to give you a full report of each race.
more and more with the race.
Okay.
I give you the full report on the races.
Oh, you'll give us a
Oh,
full
that's the-
report.
Okay.
All right, very good. Well, we look forward to your weekly report. There are always a lot of familiar names. So who was the hottest racer last year at Williams Grove?
Corey Smith.
That was not me, no.
Corey Smith?
No.
Good answer.
I'll be humble, but it was not
He
me.
might have been the hottest prognosticator here on Sports Chat, but yeah. Well, how about, let's talk spring training. The snow's melting, spring is in the air. Pitchers and catchers have already reported. When's the first spring training game? Gotta
We
be
got
soon.
some games later on this week there, kind of,
Easing into it.
ease in there and such there. But speaking of, pitchers and catchers, but some of the players reporting, we're dealing with the hammock bone injury, the bone right here. You got, Jackson Holiday, Francisco Lindor, and Corbin Carroll all on the shelf right now with a broken hammock bone. So, it looks like it's going to be a 5 to 6 week injury. They already said that
How they hurt that?
batting, just being in the cage and then just kind of
Take
take
a
one,
ball or on the hamate ball, HAMATE? Mm-hmm. All right, we're all about anatomical accuracy here on this show.
Corey,
Yes,
so you got two more days.
2 more days.
Spring training.
2 more days until the games, right? Yeah, I mean the spring training games. Yeah, because they reported last week most of the teams. They reported the 12th of last week there. So
So the polar bear reported? I guess this
Yep.
is his kind of weather.
I think so. Well, it's actually warmer
Baltimore.
down in Sarasota.
I'm sure
but
it
yes,
is.
yeah. I think in Baltimore right now it's like 55. So I think that's a little bit, kind of warm for a
Yeah.
polar bear.
That's true. Stay off the floating icebergs of Chesapeake Bay.
And Mr. Coach,
Yes, sir.
my name for today will be related as a app.
An app?
Yep.
Wendy's.
Okay.
Well, it could be like ABB app.
App-related name as trivia
Uber.
alias.
Or else it could be like Giant app.
Hey, didn't your mom have a good outing? Was it last week?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck to you both. But that's a half hour away. We still have 15 minutes to go here on Sports Chat. What else is on your mind?
If Carlos out there, call in.
I think we lost Robert.
He said if Carl's out
Yep.
there, he can call in.
And
Okay.
then boom.
All right. Thanks, Robert. Well, Carl, the challenge has been made. Can you answer? And
He's been called out there.
yeah,
So
good coverage. The Sunday Patriot, obviously, they love Penn State, and a lot of fans read the Sunday sports section. But really good introduction to Rocco Becht. Talked about what he does and all the, it's interesting, I don't know how many players and how many assistant coaches have followed Coach Campbell to Penn State, but
it's in the teens there. I would say it's probably about 14.
players,
Probably players,
and
and then
coaches.
and then the assistants and all that there. So you're probably looking at about 20.
Yeah.
That's just me just ballparking there, but it wouldn't shock me if that's
Yeah.
the number right there. So
It's always interesting. I mean, how many Penn State players are now going to Virginia Tech to play
Vice
for Coach
versa.
Franklin? Grunkenmeyer? I guess I don't have to know
was-
his name anymore.
I was just getting ready to say that word there. So yeah, he's going to Virginia Tech. So you got all the moving parts.
Well,
where
they
want-
must see him as the starter. I mean, he did it, I thought he was good. He throws a nice long pass and,
He's got a tight spiral there, so I mean he can throw the long
Evan
long pass there.
Grunkenmeyer? So, what about, Bo Privula? Does he have any eligibility left?
I don't believe so. Let
Okay.
me.
Well, and of course, it'll soon be time to be talking about the NFL draft. Who's got the top pick? Is
Top
it the
pick
Raiders?
is the Raiders, which more very likely they're going to go with Mendoza. With their number
Quality
one
pick.
there. And
He's got, he looks a little on the thin side, but he throws a nice pass. Obviously, he's very cerebral and
he's got the height then too. So
Yes,
he's
exactly. You
not-
can see over the line. He checks all the boxes for an NFL pocket passer. I don't know how much of a dual threat. I mean, he did have that one electrifying
Run into the end
scramble.
zone.
It wasn't the most graceful score, but they all count the same. so.
Absolutely. He's not the biggest runner, but he will run when need upon there.
Yeah.
When the play kind of breaks down there. So you look at that. The quarterback market is not that rich. With the draft there, and then you look at quarterbacks that could be a free agent. That market is not as lucrative, I guess you could say there. Where you got Kyler Murray, Tua, is he going to be traded?
Yeah, what's the situation with Kyler Murray? He ended up injured at the end of the year.
Injured. Now you got a new head coach there. Do they want to go in a different direction?
Well, where are they going to go? Who else they have on that team?
They got a Jacoby Brissett that was carrying the team throughout when Kyler was hurt, so they could go that angle. And then
He's bailed out a lot of teams over his career.
yes. So you got that. You got the Packers with Malik Willis.
He's ready.
Does he go to
Tanner
another team?
McKee for the Eagles, he could get some attention.
Pittsburgh with, I assume Aaron Rodgers is not going to be the quarterback next year. So what direction do they go? My thinking is Malik Willis goes to Pittsburgh.
Well, McCarthy did coach Aaron Rodgers, so it's possible he'll come back for
possible,
another year.
yeah.
You're at what, age 43? Well, Brady played till,
45.
yeah, so. Brady had better protection, though, I would say.
In his Tampa Bay years, yeah.
I mean, Brady, how many games did he miss in his career? Not a lot.
Well, he missed basically
Part of
the
one
whole-
season, I
He
think.
missed the whole season in 2008. From week one when he tore the ACL against the Chiefs in week
So
one.
who
there.
backed him up that year?
That was Matt Castle.
Oh,
They went 11-5, and I believe they missed the playoffs.
all right. Well, that was a good job by Matt Castle.
But I mean, you look at other teams out there that need quarterbacks. I would say, the elephant in the room right now is probably the Dolphins. Of what do they do? If they,
Well, they just cut Tyreek Hill.
that
Cut him, right? They didn't get anything back.
They will save $18 million in cap space there, so that's what they will get there. But if they would release Tua, that's $99.1 million in dead cap money. So I don't, maybe a team out there that can get a trade with Miami, but Miami's going to have to eat a lot of that, that cap,
Kind
all
of like
that money there. So
Russell Wilson situation.
with the Broncos.
Didn't pan out.
Which the Broncos were able to hit the lottery with Bo Nix because you couldn't go out there and get a rich quarterback because you had to get a drafted quarterback in that realm there and kind
Yeah,
of
that-
pay
that-
him rookie salary.
That
So
class had some talent, but yeah, so who's the number 2 quarterback in the draft class? Who would you put there?
I would say maybe Ty Simpson, but from Alabama, but it's not.
Yeah, so, yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't impress me.
You could say, the Miami quarterback, as well, but I don't
Now the kid for Ole Miss, he gets another year.
get a 6 year of eligibility.
Chambliss, is
Yeah,
it? 60, so
Trinidad.
he's already 23, so he's going to be, I guess what, Sean Clifford, how old was he when he was wrapping up for Penn State? He had
say
6 years.
24, 24 turning 25.
Yeah, and now with
so-
name, image, likeness, and all the money they get, no wonder these guys stay in college. I mean, I guess the same thing is women's basketball. You see the best players staying for a long time. I guess Caitlin Clark, could she have played another year of college?
She could have, yeah.
She could have, yeah, but obviously she didn't need to. She was ready for the next level. So Unrivaled, you watch those games at all?
Just the highlights, not.
Okay,
nothing
I've
live.
watched a couple. It's very interesting. The 3-on-3 and I mean, it's not like half court. It's somewhere between half court and full court, I guess is the best way
Look
to
at
describe it.
3/4 there, yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, the greatest thing about that is now these ladies, they're getting better salaries in the WNBA. And that plus options like Unrivaled, they don't have to go to Europe and play over there.
Overseas
Or
there,
like
yeah.
Russia, the Brittany Griner debacle, they won't have to face that. So that's a good thing. So who made the biggest splash in the offseason in baseball? The Mets?
I was just getting ready to say, I had that right on my top of my tongue there, but I would say, you look at teams that made the biggest impact there for their roster, would you say the Dodgers, Red Sox, Orioles, you look at the Dodgers improving their lineup.
That's scary.
Yeah,
I
with
mean, what
having,
the, yeah, they get Kyle Tucker in the mix.
And Diaz, for a back end for the bullpen.
Yeah,
there,
the
so-
Mets former closer. Yeah, I mean, I recalled in the NBA when the commissioner canceled a trade, it was going to create too much competitive imbalance, but I guess they don't do that in baseball. I think Chris Paul was somehow involved
Chris Paul
in
was
that. He was going to go to the
highlight of that
Lakers or
trade.
something, and they said, no, you can't do that.
I mean, who would you say was the biggest improvement? I mean, the Phillies, getting, able to get Schwarber.
Yeah, the best moves they made were moves they didn't make, like re-signing Schwarber and Real Muto. So really, it's pretty much, they let Castellanos be a castaway.
He went to the Padres, I saw.
Padres signed him. I mean, I always liked the guy. His defense was subpar. He was the lowest ranked defensive outfielder in all of baseball. And I don't see him really playing anywhere else. Did San Diego put a clause in his contract that he's allowed to bring beer into the dugout?
That I have to look at the in-depth contract information on that.
Well, it's so interesting because when it happened, they were kind of mysterious about it. They didn't say
Bombs out
exactly
there,
what
yeah.
happened.
I think we put him in the hot seat, when he,
Yeah.
was not playing. So.
Right, he got benched for
Yeah.
whatever. It was only this couple weeks ago, I learned that he brought beer into the dugout. And,
Goodness.
and did they discipline him because he was being selfish and didn't bring any for any of his teammates?
No.
Or, no, I don't think he can have beer. I don't think you can have beer in the
No,
locker room. That's,
no.
or in the locker room, that's maybe okay, but not in the dugout. Shades of, I mean, Manny Ramirez never had beer, but he took the water bottles out in the field
He was
with
playing
him.
with fire a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Then he would go over where they had the people in the scoreboard. He'd talk to them between innings.
Loose track there, yeah.
Manny being Manny. We have a call?
Yeah, we're gonna thread the needle there and get our second caller. It's been
All
a while
right,
since
let's
we
go
had
to the
two
phone
there,
line. Welcome
yeah.
to Sports Chat. Hello.
I just got in the door and opened up, turned the TV on, and I said, oh man, hopefully I could get 5 minutes in.
Carl, hey, Robert, he hung up. He said, he laid down the gauntlet. He said, hey,
Got
Carl,
enough.
here's your opening. So what's on your mind? We were talking some Penn State. I talked about the sports section in the Sunday Patriot. Nice article on Rocco Becht and saying how he's the real thing. So are you excited?
Do you have a hidden camera on in my place? Because guess what I'm holding? I'm holding the sports with Rocco in front of my face.
Okay. Yeah.
6'1", 210. Redshirt senior is the nation's active leader in wins as a starting quarterback, 26th entering the 26th season. He started 39 straight games with the Cyclones, racking up 9,274 career passing yards with 64 touchdown passes and 27 interceptions.
Wow. Pretty strong numbers. Is he a running threat? I mean, is he able to scramble at all? I didn't hear much about that aspect.
He's a sneaky runner.
Kind of quarterbacks. You want a pocket passer.
Okay. Well, I didn't say I didn't want a pocket passer. I was just curious. So he is more of a traditional quarterback. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I don't like is, Drew Brees did it. He's 6'1". I'm afraid that linemen are 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", might bat down every now and then.
I think he'll be okay. You know, it's. I know what you're saying about his height there, but I don't think he.
It's not like he's 5'9".
You know,
I mean,
he's. Looking at where he was at Ames with the offensive line with Iowa State, the height shouldn't be an issue at all. I don't. Me personally, I don't see as a factor.
Now, the statistics that I just read you, on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I say probably like a 7 or maybe a 7.5. But I mean, I want to see what he is in the Big Ten. But we said this last week. I mean, the schedule that Penn State has is very favorable. So it wouldn't shock me if he puts up. I'm not going to say Heisman numbers, but if he puts up first team Big Ten numbers, it wouldn't really shock me, just with their schedule.
Now, what do you think the ratio is? 64 touchdowns, 27 ITs. What do you think about that?
64 touchdowns.
64 passing touchdowns and 27 interceptions.
I don't think he's going to have that.
No, but I think that's a good ratio. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Section, but I just read, that's what he said.
Just seeing the bulk of the schedule. I mean, right now with looking at they're out of conference with Marshall, Temple, and Buffalo. In that ratio, I guess so. I mean, but he's going to be proven when he goes to Ann Arbor and then plays USC. So, he's a top. Looking at the other quarterbacks in the conference, I mean, he's going to be right up there. But he's a proven veteran.
Ask you about your Buckeyes. I know you're going to say undefeated national championship.
I will say probably 11-1 or 10-2. Looking at their schedule, they got a grueling middle of October. When they play Indiana, USC, and Oregon, in 3 or 4 weeks there. Do I like to see them 12-0? Yeah, I mean everybody wants to see their team go perfect there, but their second week of the season they're at Texas. But, the rubber meets the road when they go at Indiana, at USC, and then Oregon. That's 3 consecutive games in a row there. So I would say they probably have the toughest schedule in the nation, and then I think Michigan's probably right up there as well. So, but,
Would you say that Penn State has the easiest?
I would say they have a schedule like Ohio State did last year, and that's why I'm not taking any shots, because that's just the way that the Big Ten is and the SEC and all the other conferences. You're not going to play everybody.
So they don't have Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Do they have Indiana?
Penn State. Let me pull up their schedule. I don't believe they have Indiana.
Well, there you go. I mean,
Yeah, they
you
got-
used to want to have Indiana on your schedule. That isn't the case anymore.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it just depends on the.
I don't think the schedule's out yet, Corey. I'd like to know what
I can pull that up in just a
Yeah, can you look at
hot
that?
second here. Louisville is their schedule for 2026. They start with Old Miss. They're out of
Where's
conf.
it at?
It just says they're home with Old Miss, but I'm not sure if that's a neutral site or if that's home with Old Miss. I'm assuming that it might be a neutral site actually, but their out of conference is kind of run through it quickly. It's Ole Miss, Villanova, SMU, Wake Forest, NC State, Florida State is their beginning of their schedule there. So it's
Where's the Villanova game?
Villanova is home. That's a home game.
Is that the second game of the season?
That's the second game there. Yes.
Okay, thanks for telling me that. Hey, Jeff,
Yes, sir.
did you see, it was pathetic when I seen highlights of St. Bonaventure, was it St. John's? I mean, this is pathetic.
Providence, wasn't it, or was it Georgetown? I think it was Providence against St. John's, where they had the big fight.
Yes. Yeah. That was. I remember seeing that. That was, I think, Providence.
Yeah. Yeah, uncalled for.
That's uncalled for, Jeff, and anybody throwing them punches, they should be thrown off the team, that's my opinion.
Well, yeah, there's no excuse for that. It's not boxing,
I know.
but hey. Hey, well, listen, Carl, we're out of time, so sorry you didn't get more.
Hey, what's your call tonight, Corey? Number 21 Louisville at SMU.
I'll probably go with Louisville there, but I think it's going to be a close game there. But I'll go with the Cards.
Yeah, that's what my friend at work said. He said it's going to be a close one. All right, good talking to you guys.
Hey, thank you so much, Carl. Hopefully we'll hear from you soon.
Yep, see you later.
All right. All right, Carl, great job. Robert, excellent as well. Corey Smith, always super. Any parting thoughts, shout outs?
Thursday we got U.S. versus Canada in the women's hockey. That would be for gold. So
And men's hockey looks like the same two countries headed for another showdown.
yes, I think they're going up against the quarterfinals. I was watching the game before coming over here, but they're going to be playing on Friday, I believe.
I mean, the U.S. men's and women's hockey teams are both probably favored.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I don't think the men have given up a goal. The women are dominating.
Yep. The women's only give up one goal, and they're outscoring opponents 31-1. So.
Yeah, Canada, they're sweating bullets because, they'd love to beat the U.S. regardless of the rivalry. I mean, especially with the current political situation. So I guess we'd love to beat them too, but it should be interesting. Well, listen, how much longer do we have in the Winter Olympics? Another few days?
Just a few more days
Till
there,
this weekend, maybe.
Yeah.
It'll wrap up. All right, well, great job, Sean Garrett, as usual, and thanks to all of you for tuning in. Stay tuned for trivia in about 12 minutes. Until next time, sports fans, good night. Mahalo.